Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm GamingSpex and welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot universe. This is Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. And I have been extremely excited to get around to this project ever since the game was first announced. I cannot believe we are in an era where Crash Bandicoot is back with a brand new game. It is super exciting. And I'm considering this a epilogue to my Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy Let's Play that debuted almost 4 years ago. Let that sink in. It's been 4 years since we've dabbled in this series on this channel in a Let's Play fashion. But it's here. It's finally here. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. This is a very big project, very ambitious for my channel, as this series will include multiple guests per episode. Not every episode, but most of them will contain a unique guest to talk about their experience with Crash Bandicoot. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I have. Without further ado, ladies and gents, let's start this project.
Crash Bandicoot. At last, I, the great Neocortex, have you right where I want you. And now, the final blow!
Hush, simpleton.
Face it, Entropy. It's going to fail. Again!
At least Uka Uka and I attempt to free us from this prison. I won't sit idly by and listen to your inane ramblings for another decade. You chew.
Is he dead?
Leave him. He's served his purpose.
A great power has awoken. Crash? I fear it portends an event of reality-shattering proportions. I feel it emanating from Insanity Peak. Quickly, we must go! Crash! Crash! Crash!
And here we are on Insanity Island, once again, with lots of references, actually. If you go over here to the TV and spin it, you'll see the title screen for Crash Insane Trilogy, showing off all 3 games, as well as Crash 4 itself. That surfboard over there has Crash's tribal tattoos from Crash of the Titans. Spyro! Crunch is on the board. Crunch Bandicoot is a character from the original Crash Bandicoot 4, one called The Wrath of Cortex, which has a bad rep, and I'm not going to say it doesn't deserve it, but I will say that some people are a little bit more harsh on that game than it does deserve, but it's definitely not one of the better games in the series. So, Crash Bandicoot controls just like you remember. He can jump around, spin, slide, body slam. This time he has the double jump by default, which is very nice. He's got his slide spin, which is done a little bit differently, and his slide jump is actually quite different as well. But gameplay is still pretty much the same. Linear levels, you run down, you break crates to get gems. Aku Aku behaves a little differently here, as you can see. He doesn't float around with you anymore, rather he spins around you like a shield. A lot of people don't seem to like this idea, and I don't really either. I mean, sure, he functions the same, but I don't know. him spinning around just doesn't look quite as good. But what do I know? Starting off level 1 with a brand new gameplay mechanic, we have rail grinding. New to the series, at least. I mean, rail grinding has been in lots of games like Ratchet and Clank, a game called Scalar, which is a little bit of an underappreciated platformer. Not the best, but definitely a good one. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger did it. There's other ones in there too. Sonic, obviously, being the one that most people will likely think about. But Crash Bandicoot 4 was developed by Toys for Bob, who most of you these days will most likely know for their loving, caring project that is the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which came out in 2018 on my birthday, fun fact, November 13th. And I grew up with the Spyro trilogy and love it to pieces, though I've only ever covered Spyro 1 on this channel, and it was before Reignited trilogy came out. I actually did it with two of my best friends, Alicia and Haley, who were mainstays on this channel during our college days. Keep your eyes out. You might be seeing them soon in this project. I am playing the PlayStation 5 version of this game. I did buy the game on launch day, pre-ordered it, and got the PlayStation 4 version when it came out in October of 2020. This version just came out this March 2021 alongside a Switch port, which I also purchased. I got the PS5 upgrade for free for owning it on PlayStation 4. And it is by far the best experience of the game to date. The PC version came out just a couple of weeks after, and it is good, but it's amazing that the PS5 version is actually superior to the PC version in just a few ways. I don't want to dabble too much into the PC version and a couple of its questionable design choices, but I will say that the PlayStation 5 version, from my experience, has been the best I've had with this game. Faster load times, adaptive triggers, DualSense features. It's just amazing, and it runs at a silky smooth, never faltering 60 frames per second in 4K, and it is amazing. Now, this video is obviously going to be recorded and rendered in 1080p. It's kind of hard to capture 4K footage on my computer setup. I have a gaming laptop, a Alienware gaming laptop, so it can only do so much. You might see some stuttering here and there in the video. I apologize for that. It didn't show it stuttering in my previous recordings when I saw it on the screen, but it does look like the video got a little bit affected because my computer's files were a bit full. It's been cleaned since, so things should run smoother in the future, but at the time of this recording, I've already recorded all the episodes of the series. But anyways, here's another new feature. Crash can now grab onto ropes and swing on them. It's one of 3 new features that this game has for Crash's moveset. But that was the first level we just completed, and we're on to the second one of the island. This island only houses 2 levels. Most of them will have 3, sometimes 4 to 5, but we won't dabble into that just yet. But we've got 2 levels here. Both are demonstrating new features and just kind of getting you into the comfort of understanding what this game is going to be delivering as a Crash Bandicoot experience. But yeah, so to continue what I was saying, Toys for Bob is the developer behind this one. They developed Spyro Reignited trilogy, fantastic games that need a PlayStation 5 upgrade as well, please. And also developed quite a large portion of the Skylander games, which I did talk about how Vicarious Visions, the developers for the Insane trilogy, also had their hand in the Skylander series. But Toys for Bob, they nailed this game's aesthetic. I gotta be honest. They have simultaneously made what is now my favorite art style for Crash and Spyro both, and I couldn't be happier with the results. This game is beautiful. I already thought it looked amazing on a base PlayStation 4, and even better on the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is how I experienced it. But this game, oh my goodness, on PlayStation 5, it is so gorgeous. This is how all cartoon games should strive to look. Just so crisp and beautiful and rich in colors. It's just amazing. If you look on this wall over here, there's an inscription that shows a gem and a particular pattern on the floor. I don't know what that means. Well, there are some platforms here that make that shape. Perhaps we should jump on them in that order and see what happens. Something interesting could happen. Haha, colored gems are back. There are only 4 this time around instead of 5. For some reason the purple gem was cut, but the first one's right here. And what is this we have here? Another familiar returning element are the chase levels, now incorporated into smaller sections of main levels. What I just picked up there is a hidden gem. I actually picked one up in the first level as well. I guess now is as good a time as ever to explain how the gem system works in this game. Every level now has 6 gems. 3 are collected for completing, I believe it is either 40, 60, and 80? I think it's 40, 60, and 80% of the Wumpa Fruit in each level. There is the standard break all the boxes crate. There is a hidden gem, 1 per level, hidden somewhere. Sometimes hidden pretty well, most of the time not too hard to find. And 1 for completing the level in 3 deaths or less. What you saw me collect in the first level at the end, and I will also collect here, is something called an insanely perfect relic, which requires you to collect all 6 gems in a single life, which in some levels, especially in the earlier ones, isn't too bad, but in this level, it is, not in this level, but in later levels, it is especially taxing of a chore. But yeah, that is Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in the next episode where we will start things off with new guests. See you then.
No way! Not in a million years! Get him off!
Crash, who's that?
Lonnie Lowly? If the quantum masks have returned, then...
Hey, Aku, how's it go? Is that a quantum rift?
It appears to be a door between dimensions.
Yes, the kind we keep shut. We have to go through, find my siblings, and fix this before some putz with a big evil plan and a bigger ego does something monumentally stupid.
Uka Uka unknowingly paved the way for our bright future. Once my rift generator is complete, dominion over all of time and space will be within our grasp.
Engine, Embryo, you had some little projects you wanted to tell me about?
Master, my mechanical marvel will hypnotize you and I.
And my potion will make me and them unstoppable.
Right, yeah, fine, sure. Have fun with your ray guns or whatever.
Hasten your steps! By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us, and we will prevail.